Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here, and today is June 12th. The Legend, that's their 1310 Lost Sector, is going to be the empty tank here on the Tangled Shore, pretty much right next to the landing zone. And it is a mostly fallen Lost Sector. So we've got Champions, Barrier, and Overload. We'll talk about how to address those. Burn is going to be Solar, big focus for your damage output, but also remember coming in is going to be pretty painful. You have one Arc Shielded Captain, which you can match your weapon up to. It's not required. But also there's not a ton of energy solar weapons that can work for some of these options. So it's really up to you if you just want to match it. So, obvious, your anti-barrier and overload got to cover them some way or another. I went Scout Rifle and I went Eternal Blazon. Main reason I did this one here is basically because I wanted to make sure I could kill the captain reasonably without dumping a bunch of heavy ammo into him. And also because it was just one that I already had and I knew I'd used it previously. So it worked. If you want to use whatever, it is totally fine. You could use an arc submachine gun here. If you want to use that for overload, and then maybe you could come up here and go auto rifle or scout rifle. Totally would work too. If you want to use Warmind cells, that is definitely a good way to go. But a basic loadout, just an arc scout rifle. I did a hand cannon, and then I did the Iron Banner machine gun. You've got another option from Beyond Light for a machine gun. If you've got Xenophage, it is amazing for Lost Sectors and Champions, so definitely use that. Make sure you're using major spec on basically everything you've got. It's going to benefit you in the damage that you do to Champions, so please put major spec on basically everything. But if you got a rocket launcher that's solar, if you got Xenophage, if you got a grenade launcher, if you got another machine gun, make sure your heavy is solar. You're going to do a lot more damage that way. Same thing with your subclass. You've only got one shield in the whole thing to deal with. You may as well make your subclass solar, so when you do pop that thing off, it is going to do a lot more damage. Make sure you've got machine gun, scavenger, or at least heavy. Scavenger, reserves, ammo finder, all that stuff is going to be important. And depending on what's coming at you in here, if you do want to switch one of these out for, say, like arc resistance, whatever your armor is, put the resistance on there. There's a lot of fallen in here, so you're going to see a lot of arc. So I actually would recommend arc if you're going to put anything on there. That's going to help keep you alive a little bit longer. The overload captain in the beginning will pretty much nuke you if you don't kill him fast. So solar's not going to be required for very long. Arc is probably going to benefit you much more if you've got that arc chest piece. Other than that, that pretty much covers the loadout and what we're experiencing, so let's jump inside. All right, so the first thing you're going to have around this little corner is an overload captain. Easiest thing to do, hit him from above. And then if you can put your heavy into him, put a grenade into him, you really need to charge this guy down really fast so you can try and finish him up. If you don't finish him, trust me, you can have some issues. And you're also going to open that door, so be careful. Now, if he kills you, like he wakes up, you don't do enough damage with your machine gun, that's fine. But that's why something as powerful as Xenophage is good to basically nuke him. So if you have some issues there, don't worry. I had my share as well. So once you get in here, DJ is going to be your first target. Just your first Vandal up top as a sniper. Going to have a lot of enemies you're going to want to take out with a scout rifle. Mostly a lot of scouts. A lot of snipers coming at you. So be careful of those. Also a lot of dregs. Most things coming at you are actually going to be arc. So if you got arc resistance on, say, a chest piece, that's not going to be a bad thing. It's not required, but it isn't going to hurt anything if you got it, because a lot of things coming at you are arc. The overload captains hurt because they're solar, so they're definitely going to sting because they match the burn, but still, overall, not the end of the world. Now, here's the fun part, because you have a whole bunch of enemies that are sniper type, and yet they're shielded by a servitor. So it gets to be a little dicey when you're trying to kill some of these guys, so moving around the room is not a bad idea to get different perspectives, but also getting some of the enemies to separate from the servitor is kind of your goal there. If you can get them to move, you can potentially get some shots on them that otherwise would not happen because, you know, they're shielded. Ow. Got lots of grenades coming at you. It's going to happen. Again, the shielded guys get to be fun, but again, you've got all this whole real estate to work. Got a couple shields you can work from up here, so again, if some guys are giving you a hard time, come at it from a different angle. And it looks like I got some more ads that come out, so not a bad time to be up here. Gonna have some scouts in the back. Gonna have your servitor in the middle, and also watch for the scouts. So really right now, if the servitor's not bugging you too much, try and kill everything in the back of the room, any sniper-related guys. Those are all gonna make your life easier if you can really isolate the boss, or the champion later on. Call him a boss, but why not? There's another one back here. I know he's usually hanging back there. See, he's shielded, just really starting to piss me off. And he's always just in range. Always close enough, no matter where that servitor goes. That is a long string, I'm sorry, but that's pretty crazy. There we go. And again, if you do go to make a push on the servitor, just be ready. Make sure you're reloaded. Make sure you can put the damage in when that shield actually does pop up, which is literally any second there. Now, I've got the mod on where as the champion actually explode or gets stunned, it causes an explosion, which is actually really helpful to clear some of those ads out, as you can see. In case you're curious, that is the class item mod. It's called Sundering Blast. Not a bad one if you're going through lost sectors, because if you kill a champion and they explode, they tend to kill something. So once you pop this open, you're going to have your one arc shielded guy or two. He's not even that hard to kill. You almost don't even need to go arc on your weapon if you have something powerful enough that you just are okay powering through. Like, I could kill him with my heavy. It just takes quite a few bullets to do it. But if you've got enough, you could probably make it happen. And guess what? I got more, so I probably would have been able to do it. But generally, having something arc makes him easier. It's not required. It's not going to make you do any more damage, but this section, all you really want to do is just run through everything you can. And then if you get here, turn around and throw a grenade. Now, I'm using the wave grenade from the Titan. If you've got a solar grenade, from a Warlock, I know that would be good. Hunter might have to actually pull out your heavy there. So once you get up here, you're going to see these two just kind of go at it. They will literally fight each other, generally. So, nice to see some heavy. Usually what I'm going to do is jump up on this little hump, and you're going to have two sides spawning ads. You're going to have champion over there. Try and take out your sniper first. Overload's going to be the annoying one. Watch all those little tracking shots. Trying to get our sniper buddy to expose himself, then we can get a bit more aggressive on our captain friend here. Hi! I'd say that's a little on the cheap side. Keep the damage on him. Make sure you keep going. Go for those staggering shots. That's a bit on the lucky side. Alright, so now that he's low enough, I'm going to go for the finish. And then as soon as you kill him, honestly, pull back. No reason to rush right now, and you still should have plenty of time, plenty of revives. This is not that long of a lost sector. And then here you're going to have some dogs come out, so you can mow those down pretty quick. That's why machine gun's not a bad idea. Grenade launcher might not be bad either. You're going to have one or two heavies in there as well. And this is your Colossus, so this is where you're going to need some, well, nice thing about having a punch that creates a ball of fire, but, whatever you need to do to kill those guys, it's fine. This guy gets to be fun. So, depending on how aggressive he gets, you can usually kind of work him from up here. If you can get him to pop his shield, just be ready for it when he does. And then he's not as bad to kill, because for some reason I swear he has less health than an Overload Captain. For some reason. I just don't understand it. Now you're going to be working the stuff in the back of the room. Now, in theory, some of that's going to come at you, some of it's going to get shielded. So again, play your angles here, use your cover. These types of things are going to be beneficial. Some grenade for all of these guys coming to you. Try and make sure you've got some defense between some of the guys in the back that can be shot at least. Well, that's the boss. So I'm going to run, try and flip, try and see if there's any other guys charging me besides the servitor. Now, you can leave the servitor alone and just nuke that guy, or he's just going to kick my butt, which totally happens too. Big thing I would use on this guy is your super. So at this point, whatever your solar super is, just use it and nuke him, because you're going to be getting a lot of damage out of your super. And at this point, you can tell it's going to be putting him to bed pretty quick. Now, if he runs like that, that gets to be really, really annoying. All right. So code is acquired. Boss should be down. So I've got the servitor left, and then I've got a shank. And we're good. So about 7 minutes. I seem to follow somewhere in there. 5 to 7 minutes on the low efficiency. If you have something like Xenophage, go machine gun reserves. You're going to have enough ammo to nuke most things in here. Use your super on the boss and it'll go faster than I'm showing you guys. But still not too bad. Go ahead and open this one up. Empty tank. Now, it should, I say should, be dropping chests. But this one has been a little glitched. Now, if you guys are seeing like drops from this thing, please let me know. This is how this one works. This is this lost sector at 1310. I don't know if you guys are seeing drops. I've done it twice. Doesn't mean I'm like not going to see one. But if you guys do see drops, comment below. Let me know I'm not crazy because this should be dropping chest armor. So if you guys do see a drop, please comment below. Let's get back to orbit. All right, so that pretty much does wrap this thing up. Again, you've got your Overload champion right at the door. Barrier server kind of in the middle of that room. That's why a scout rifle is beneficial. Your choice. The one arc shield is really not required. You're just going to have to spend some decent amount of heavy probably to break through the shield. Or just sit there and pluck away at it with a barrier weapon. Might work as well. Just going to take a little while. You got the little corridor where you can kind of blow up all the little ads. And then in the final room, you're going to see 3 champions. You're going to be seeing the barrier servitor. From at the end of it, on the left-hand side, you're going to get the Overload Captain. On the right-hand side, the Barrier Colossus. So, Barrier is crucial in here, having something that puts out a lot of damage. And then your Solar Super would be great, because honestly, if you can find an Arc Scout, hand cannon, or submachine gun in here is going to be fine. And, because honestly, the Overload's not too bad. And then for Archon's Thunder, Xenophage, if you got Heathen Vengeance, a Rocket Launcher would be good. Grenade Launcher probably would do okay. But I would probably recommend Rocket Launcher or Xenophage, or any of those. And again, solar rockets exist. I know other solar machine guns exist and things of that nature. Use what works for you. This is just what worked for me without using exotics. I did use my super fur change, but you could have probably done it without that as well. So hopefully this helped you guys out. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. As I said, comment. Let me know what exotics you guys do get from this run. If you have any other loadouts that you guys like using for your class, please comment below. Share those with everybody else. If you did enjoy this video, want to see more, please hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. You guys can find me on here. You can find me over on Twitter. I'm just doing all news and who knows what over there. And then streaming Destiny 2 and a variety of things on Twitch. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you soon.